Yo, what's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back again to yet another video about Japanese used cars and the auction here in Japan, right here, right now. This is SMB Cars and our company is called SMB Trading. Happy New Year to you guys. This is my very first video in 2026. I had left the country last year in December and just came back, so I had taken long without posting any video for you guys, but we back again, back to business, back to work. So in today's videos I'm gonna talk about a few things. I'll talk about how to buy cars, or what you need to know before you buy a car from us or through us. Okay, so I'm gonna try to explain steps one by one, what you guys need to know before buying a car from Japan to your country, or what you need to know before you buy a car and you want to drive in Japan. Now, of course, I will start with the background about used cars business in Japan. For my company, for myself, we've been in this business for now 9 years, doing the same thing. The only thing that I know is helping people buy cars to drive in Japan or shipping them outside Japan. Now, a little background about used cars in Japan. Japan is the #1 exporter of all used cars in around the world. Okay, for only Africa, where I have my customers, most of my customers are coming from Africa, and from the data that we got for last year, about 240,000 to 300,000 units were shipped from Japan to Africa mainly. And right now, as I speak, the market in Africa is very big. There's a huge potential of used car business in countries mainly from the East Africa, that is Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi. And if you go to the west, countries like Nigeria, Senegal, Ghana, pretty a big market. And to the south, you got countries like Namibia, South Africa, Zambia, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and all these countries are famous for buying and exporting Japanese used cars, right? Now, so now before you guys buy a car from Japan or ship a car from Japan, what you need to know is there's some regulations and rules you need to follow. First of all, you need to know that particular country has law governing exports from Japan. There are manufacturing years that are supposed to be shipped in some countries, and in other countries you don't have to do that. So countries like Kenya, they usually buy newer motors from 2017, 18, 19 and above. Countries like Uganda, you need to buy a car that is within 15 years for manufacturing year. So that is from 2000, used to be from 2010, but right now they only accept from 2011. So 2011, 12, 13 and above. And other countries like South Africa or Zambia, Mozambique, cars for years within 18 to 20 years. So you can send cars from 2007, 8, 9 and 10 and above. All right, now for what I do for my customers is, before I buy you a car or receive any money from you, I need to ask you to make sure that you know these kind of things, these kind of laws, right from the regulations, as I said before. And you need to know, you need to check for the taxes at the port, because we don't do that. Our job is to help you buy a car from the auction, arrange the shipping, send you the documents, and you receive the car, and you can either do clearance by yourself, or we can connect you to some local agents at the port and they'll help you out to get your car. So the taxes and all these other charges that you're supposed to pay at the port, you're supposed to check by yourself. Okay, I try sometimes to check for these prices, but they keep on changing, so I cannot give you a fixed amount that it's going to be this or it's going to be that, so you have to do that by yourself. Other thing is that's when you want to ship a car out to Japan. For those who want to drive in Japan, first of all, we ask you for a driving license. We need a copy of your driving license, and we just want to make sure that you have a valid address, valid residence card, and of course a driving license. Because if we buy a car, we need to send that car directly to your address, or we ask you to meet us somewhere. Maybe we take you to the auction directly, and you choose the car by yourself. Then we help you to buy the car out of the auction directly. So we need to know, we don't want to have any issues with the Japanese government or the police or the auction houses. So you need to check for all these kind of things. Now, so to buy a car, what we do is, here's the process. Okay, first of all, we're gonna ask you to um, send us the specs. Okay, what kind of car you want, the models, the years, mileage, color, and these other features like audio system, navigation, has a navigation on that. Is it SUV or sedan type or hatchback, or family vans or trucks, whatever you want. So you need to give us this kind of information either by email or by WhatsApp or direct call. So you call us or we call you if you give us your number, and we take a note from whatever you're saying. So we have to make sure that we get exactly the right car from what you just told us. So usually we communicate to our customers through WhatsApp, email, or direct calls. Not other than that. We don't use Skype or any other thing like that. We only use the three main uh, things. Now, so what we do is, after you give us what you're looking for, we have membership for almost 120 auction houses in Japan. Because in Japan, there are lots and lots of auction houses. There is USS Group, there is TA Group, there's JU Group, there's RI Group. There are a lot of auction houses where you can buy different cars, and we have membership to almost all the 120 houses. Now, what we do is, usually these auction houses, they send us data every week, every month, and we check for the market prices for those cars that you just gave us. Okay, so we determine, depending on how much those cars have been sold in the last couple of days, weeks, or months, and we check for their market prices. So then we determine how much that particular car would be sold, right? So we go ahead, we give you that price, the market price, we give you the photos and the videos, of course, because what we do is we go to the auction directly, auction houses directly. We check for those cars, we take some photos and some short videos, we send to our customers, and when the customer confirms everything, then we go on with the buying process. Now, after the customer confirms all the information and you're fully satisfied that this is the exact car and the specs that I want, so we go ahead and we make a quotation, simple quotation for that particular car or cars, and we send you by email or by WhatsApp. You go through that PDF file, and once you agree the amount, then we go ahead and make an invoice. Then we ask you to send us money on a bank account directly, and we confirm the payment. Then we go on with the buying process. The one thing I would like you guys to not misunderstand is, we do not ask any customer or anybody to send money on an individual account. Everything has to go through a bank account. Our company has bank accounts from different banks in Japan. So you choose one of the three that we have, and you send money. Once we confirm your payment, we're gonna send you a receipt, photo of the receipt that you send this amount, we receive this amount. So we don't have to, get these kind of wrangles that you say, I sent, let's say, 3,000 US dollars, and then we tell you that we got only 2,800. So we just want to make sure that what you send is what you send, and what you receive is exactly the same. Sometimes the banks take off some, bank transfer fees and some other charges like that. So we just want to make sure that this is what we got. And if there is any other extra amount we need to ask from you, we tell you that right away directly that you sent this. We'll give you the invoice at this amount, but receive this on our account. So we need more of this. You can pay that later, or you can do that right away. Now, so we confirm the payment, then we go ahead, we go direct to the auction. There are two options. Either we bid on the car live from our office, or we just go to the auction directly and we bid on that particular car from the auction house directly. Sometimes we might fail to win the bid, and what happens is, auction runs every day, and different cars coming in every day, every week, lots of units coming in. So if you fail to buy a car today, tomorrow if we make sure that we definitely have to buy something. Or that day we might choose like 5 to maybe 6 options, or 10. We try the first one, the second one, the third one. If we fail, then we try out different options, different cars, but definitely we have to buy something for you, which is really good, clean, on a low mileage, and a nice color. And these other, sales options have to be great. So we make sure that you're satisfied, and we also, we keep you in business, and that's it. Now, so once we win that bid, then we pay off the auction house, and we get the key, drive up the car from the auction house. And what happens next is we have to take that car to the port for shipping. So that's when the shipping process comes in. But before the car is being shipped, the car has to go through a pre-shipping inspection. As I said before, depending on the countries, mainly 90% of the cars going to Africa have to go through what we call a pre-shipping inspection. So they have to check the tires, the mirrors, the engine thing, the brakes, and everything's doing well. So that inspection has to follow under the rules and regulations for that particular country. For example, let's say you want to buy a car and you want to shipping to, I would say, Uganda, right? So the car has to go through Kenya. So what we do is we take that car to the inspection that does shipping for Kenya units. Once the car passes the inspection, we then drive it out of the inspection yard to the port directly, and it's gonna be kept for in the port for a while as we process the shipping documents. Now we get the dates from the shipping company when your car is gonna be leaving Japan. So we ask you for the consignee details and notified party details. So what does it mean? It means that somebody is going to clear your car at the port. Is it by yourself or a company or an agent? So you have to give us the address, the names, the phone numbers, and things like that. So we have to send all this information to the shipping company, and they'll go ahead and issue the BL. So that's the bill of lading. Okay, so the documents that you will use to clear your car at the port, either in Mombasa or Dar es Salaam, or in Durban if it's South Africa, for example. Okay, now, so once the car is on the vessel, and then we send you the documents, And the one thing that I left out, I didn't say, is there are mainly two ways of shipping. One is by roll on and roll off. In Japan, we call it RORO vessels, and the other one is by containers. Now, for containers, usually two sizes. One is a 20 feet container, and the other one is a 40 feet container. So 20 feet, usually two cars maximum, and for the 40 feet, usually 4 to 5, depending on the size of the container. Some cars, if you've got small cars like, Suzuki Alto, Nissan March, Toyota Vitz, they're pretty small, compact, so you can do maybe 5. But then if you got huge cars like, let's say, Toyota Prius or Subaru Legacy or BMW X1, X3, Noah, or Toyota Baxi, or highest, these minivans, the family vans, they're pretty huge. So usually maximum has to be 4 units or 4 cars. Okay. But usually my company, what we do right now, because we don't have space for loading containers. Of course, we can use some shipping companies for loading, but it takes time, it's pretty expensive, and we don't want our customers to keep on waiting for their units for their cars. So what we do is, I usually recommend my customers to do a roll on and a roll off. Reason as to why I do that is, roll on, first of all, is flexible, it's reliable, it's fast, and it's cheaper compared to a container. So usually my customers that I have, that I'm helping to buy and ship cars from Japan directly, I do a roll and roll off service. So usually it takes about a month or 2 months for the vessel to leave Japan. Roll on, what means is you just book space on a vessel for your car, 1 unit or 2 units, and they will drive the car directly to the vessel and they'll ship it right away. So that's why we call it roll on. The downside with roll on units is the car has to be clean, has to be drivable, in great condition. No shipping company will accept your car if it's not drivable, if it's accidented or has some dents or scratches. If it's not drivable, there is no company, trust me, no shipping company that will accept your unit. So if you're planning to buy accident cars and you want to ship them by roll on and roll off, I'm sorry to say this, you cannot do that. For container, anything is fine. You can load accident cars, you can load used cars in the container. It's up to you, whatever you want to ship. If it's not drivable, it's fine. If it's drivable, still it's fine to be shipped by container. So don't misunderstand if I say you can ship by roll on and roll off, and then you want to buy an accident car. It has to be done by containers only. All right. Now, the charges, about the charges, or things that you expect to be paying, you need to be paying, first of all, the car price. That's number one. You pay for delivery fees or the transportation for your unit from the auction house to the port, or from the auction house to the inspection yard or place, then from the inspection place to the yard where it's going to be loaded from. The other thing is the inspection fee, the loading and shipping charges, or we call them the C&F, the cost and freight. Cost is the charges that the shipping company is going to help you to load your car on the vessel or in the container. Then the freight is the fees you pay for the shipping company to put it's for the vessel, to transport your car on water from Japan to any other country that you want to send your car to. So that is the shipping and loading charges. The others would be the documents. So once the vessel leaves Japan, then we send you the documents by DHL. Okay, that's the only service that we do. Then the last would be the sales commission. So that's our charges or our commission, because we're not doing this for voluntary work. We're not an NPO. We get something, so we ask you for some small commission. But compared to other companies, other dealers in Japan, because I believe there are lots and lots of people doing the same thing. The Chinese, the Japanese, of course, the Americans, people from Europe, people from other African countries like the Nigerians, Ghana, that doing the same thing. We all do the same thing. We all buy cars directly from the auction and we ship them to you guys. Big companies like B Ford, SBT, SBI, Jan Japan or Jan Trading, we all do this exactly the same thing. No one's gonna lie to you that they buy cars outside any other place. Mainly auction houses or others from insurance companies. But still, the insurance companies too, they put the cars in the auction. That's where we get them from, and we buy. So people who have yards in Japan, places in Japan, they keep them in yards. And people like me who don't have places, we just send to the port directly. So I'm not gonna lie to you that I have any other place where I keep cars from in before shipping. No, I buy from the auction, send to the port directly because I got no place, I got no space for that. And it's pretty expensive if you got land in Japan or yard in Japan. You have to be having like lots of customers paying almost every day or every month, so that you can sustain, pay off those bills, land taxes in Japan, and things like that. And I don't do that because I don't have that huge amount of money to do that. But so that's roughly what we do. Okay, so just to break down what I just said is we ask you for the specs, check for the data online, send you the photos and the market prices. You choose the car, we go to the auction, check for exactly the same car, send you live videos and live and photos as well, and make a quotation, send you the quotation by PDF file, make an invoice, send us the money, confirm the payment, buy the car, take the car out of the auction, go for inspection, go for loading, car leaves Japan, send you the date, send you the documents, you wait for your car, you go to the port directly by yourself, you clear the car by yourself, or use the local agents that we can introduce to you. How much the local agents charge, I don't know, depending on the company, depending on the people at that port, they charge differently, and I cannot give you that fixed price. Taxes you need to pay at the port, you need to check by yourself, because we cannot guarantee that it's gonna be maybe 2,000 US dollars or 1,000 US dollars or maybe $1,000. We don't know. So we just tell you to check by yourself before you buy the car. Once you get your car, deal is done. Send us a short message that you got exactly what you saw before. Buying and loading is exactly the same thing that you received in your country, and that's the end of the deal. You connect us to other buyers, or you can do in other units. I believe if we do something good for you, one car brings another car from 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5, and things like that. There's no dirty business, there's no dirty job or dirty games we doing. The invoice we get from the auction house, we just add on our small commission, and we send you the invoice, and that's it. So if you ask for the exact invoice from the auction, we just send you the thing right away. So that's it. Sorry, it could be a long video, but I was trying to answer some of the questions that I've been getting from different viewers on my YouTube channel. So feel free to ask me anything. I always write my phone number in description and of course on the screen below. So if you still have any other questions you'd like to ask me, any other information that you didn't understand, or some areas where I was not clear enough, just feel free, write me an email or text me on WhatsApp, or you can call me directly. I'm always with my phone and I'm always ready to respond to you guys. Last thing I would like to tell you is thank you for always watching my videos. I know there's some things that I don't, try to explain so, clear, or maybe my English pronunciation and things like that. But I hope you guys understand. But thank you for watching me. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes. It means a lot to me. It makes me, gives me some courage to always push on harder and going forward and forward. Thank you so much. This is what I had for you today. And I'm gonna see you in the next one. What I'm going to do next, I'm gonna explain to you guys now what are some of the popular cars from the auction houses in some cars that are being bought in some of these African countries like Namibia, Kenya, Uganda, South Africa, Zambia, and of course Sweden, Poland, Germany, UK, and the market prices. So I'll give some reviews and of course the market prices. So feel free to ask me, and if you're interested in some of these cars, just text me and we see if you can do a deal. That's it for now. Thank you so much, and have a blessed 2026. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye for now.